Hey guys, it's Drea here. Welcome back to Drugstore Week on my channel. So we are hitting it hard this week, everything drugstore, and because today is second Thursday, I do this every second Thursday where I test out a product on my face. I wanted to do a drugstore foundation. So it's been a while since I purchased this and I have not had a chance yet to test it for you, and I have been waiting, and I'm sorry it's taking me so long. I've just had so many things to test. But this is the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation. I have it here in two shades because I had to order mine online and I didn't know which one would be best. So I got two different shades and we're just gonna test it out today. Before I put it on my face, let's just talk about some of the claims. So right on the bottle and also on their website, they do have a lot of information about why they developed this foundation, what it's about, but almost all the information I found is strictly having to do with flashback and lighting conditions, which is cool. They have developed this foundation to be great under 7 different lighting conditions according to them, with and without flash. They've extensively tested it, they say, and that's all really cool. It's supposed to be like no white casts in photos, no flashback at all. But there are really no other claims anywhere. It doesn't say what type of skin it's for. It doesn't say how long it should wear on your face. I was really surprised that those kind of details were missing. The only thing I could really find that specified the finish said it was a matte light diffusing foundation. This foundation is $5.99 in the US, and in Canada I don't know where it's available. I'm definitely gonna find some links for my Canadian friends because I know I've seen it on different websites, but Wet n Wild is not super easy to get here in Canada, so I will definitely find links for everything and leave them below in the description bar. But this does come in 20 different shades, which I thought was really cool. Like, that is pretty extensive for a shade range for foundation, especially in the drugstore. If you're excited about Drugstore Week, definitely check out the other 2 videos I've already posted. I'll link those below, and definitely subscribe because I still have one more drugstore video tomorrow coming for you guys. I have a bonus video this week in addition to my regular Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday schedule. I'm also going to have a Friday video for you guys this week, all about drugstore stuff. So if you love drugstore makeup, definitely give this a thumbs up. I've had a lot of fun doing these videos for you guys this week, but let's just start putting the foundation on my face. How do you open this? How do you open this foundation? Ah, there we go. The other one didn't want to do that. Okay, interesting applicator. It comes out with kind of like a spackle paint spackle thing. That's what I've heard about this foundation, is that it smells like paint, and it definitely smells like you're about to paint your face. So like I said before, I had 2 different shades here. I just want to test to see what they look like. This one here is soft beige, and then this one here is buff bisque. I would say they're pretty close, but I'm gonna start with soft beige. Buff bisque looks a little bit deep. I'll take that off. I'm going to start with one side of my face using a beauty blender, and then the other side of my face using a brush, and just see how they apply. My face is already moisturized and primed. I'll link all the products that I have on my face in the description bar below. Just looking at it closely, I think the shade match is pretty good. It's a little bit darker than my neck, but that's okay. I'll bronze up my neck. My neck is always light because it just doesn't see a lot of sun. But anyway, so I will match my neck to the foundation, but it has a really pretty finish, you guys. Like, I'm looking up close and it's not like clinging in pores or looking weird or looking dry or scaly anywhere. It's just like nicely melded to my skin. It really does have a very skin-like finish. So we'll see if it oxidizes at all, but now I'm going to do this side of my face with a brush. Pretty much exactly the same on the brush side as it does on the beauty blender side, which is a good sign because I have personally experienced a lot of foundations that get very streaky with a brush. So I tend to favor my beauty blender in general, but it's looking exactly the same on each side. It's really, really pretty. Like I said, natural skin-like finish. I would say the coverage I got from basically dipping it in one time, and whatever came out on this little paddle is what I used on half of my face. And from that amount of foundation, I'm getting like a solid medium maybe just slightly above medium coverage. So it is currently 9:07 a.m. That's when the foundation went on my face. I'm going to be using products to set my face and the rest of my makeup that are Holy Grail products. I'll list everything down below just in case you're interested, but you know, I know exactly how these types of powders perform and that kind of stuff, so I will know how the foundation performs throughout the day. That's just how I do things here. So let me do the rest of my makeup and I will come right back. Okay, I'm back. I have done my makeup. So far, you guys, it's still looking great. It has not oxidized yet, and some foundations oxidize immediately and some take a while, so you know, we'll see. But can we just talk about the fact that this whole entire time I've been wearing one earring? Like, I just didn't even put the other one on this morning. It's too early for me. And I also wanted to mention, I'm using this for the first time today and it's so gorgeous. I have this new highlighter from NYX. It's one of the duochrome ones. It's called Snow Rose. Can you see this? I don't know if you could see it. It's like a pinky duochrome highlighter. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness. I don't know. This review has nothing to do with this highlighter, but I just put it on and I had to tell you. It's so gorgeous. Okay, so I'm gonna take you along with me today and we'll see how this foundation performs. Hey guys, so as you can see, it's 1:30. I've had this on for 4.5 hours. I normally always check in a lot sooner than this because I just get oily a lot sooner than this, but look, you guys, it's a Christmas miracle. My skin actually looks normal in this foundation. Like, you could see I don't look dry. Like, it's not like I'm completely matte, but I don't even feel the need to start blotting right now. I don't even feel the need to start blotting yet, and I am now, what is it, 4.5 hours in with this foundation? That's crazy for me. So far so good. You can see I'm standing near a window, so it's completely natural light. I'm hoping you could see the finish. I'll get a little closer. You know, it's doing its work, you guys. I am loving this so far. Okay guys, so it's 7:06. I've had this on for 10 hours now. I'm really impressed with this foundation. So it really controlled my oil so well throughout the day. At a certain point, after about 8 hours, it kind of was very similar to all of my other foundations in that I found myself getting very oily by the 8-hour mark. But how do I say this? It just took way longer at the start to get oily. So normally I'll get oily after like 3 hours, my oils will come through and I will definitely need to blot. But in this case, it was like 4.5 hours and I still didn't even feel like I needed to blot. So the first time I blotted was at 2:30, and that is so extremely rare for me. So I have used my oil blotting sheets twice since then in the 10 hours. And the test is really like, how does it look after you use your blotting sheets and then repowder? And it's still looking like as good as it did in the beginning. This is one of the most flawless looking foundations I've ever worn, and it is not a full coverage, so you know, it will depend on how much you actually want to cover up. But in my case, I feel like it's not settling into pores, it's not getting weird, and it's not rubbing off anywhere, it's not separating anywhere. Like, it really looks amazingly flawless. I was also really impressed that the Beauty Blender and the brush gave the same exact finish. I find that to be so super rare. When I use a brush, for the most part, I just find that no matter what brush I use, I will still see a little bit of streakiness as opposed to using a Beauty Blender. So I tend to favor my Beauty Blender all the time. But with this one, I didn't see any streaks at all. So that was really amazing. It's hard to measure how much you're using. So pulling it out once, that did about half my face. I feel like that is a good amount, like it'll go a long way. I guess it's hard to really like tell how much you're using, but it seems like you don't need a lot to cover your whole face. I'm obviously gonna be continuing to use this because so far this is so impressive, and I can't wait to like just play with different powders with it and just try building it up, or you know, like try it in different ways, and I will definitely report back in future hits and misses. But for now, this definitely gets my seal of approval, like for sure. I hope that you found this super helpful. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up. That helps me out so much. Let me know if you like this type of video on my channel. I've definitely done a lot of wear tests over the last 2 months. I've kind of wanted to commit myself to using my oily skin for the benefit of all my followers, testing things out. But let me know if you like this format, like if you like the all-day wear test, or should I try something different? You know, I'm always up for something completely different, whether you just want a full-on review of something I've tried for a lot longer and not necessarily first impression. I'm always open to your suggestions, and in fact I really appreciate your suggestions, because that always helps me, like, you know, it gets the old brain firing and thinking of different ideas. And if you're new here, definitely subscribe. I'd love to have you around. I like to think this is a really fun place to hang out. But that's it for today, so I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!